You guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day, weekend. Today's, I'm not really, there's something that happened to me, I think it was yesterday, and it kind of caught me off guard a little bit because, I mean, I think I'm in the world, but I'm not really in the world. I'm not even sure what's going on right now. But, guys, I went to the store, right? And I gave them a bill that they had to change or whatever. It was a big bill. It wasn't that big. I mean, but I gave them a bill to change, and maybe it was all on me, maybe a little bit, you know. I'm going to take like 10% of it. I'm not going to take a lot. But this, I got my change, didn't check it, and then I went home, right? And not paying attention. And I said, maybe it's a little bit on me, but I'm not too sure. I'm assuming, being from a store, I wouldn't have to, wouldn't need to. But the world we're living in these days. So came home. Babe took a part of the change. She went out. And it took a minute for me to find out, though. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't just find out right away. Because Babe went out and she was out for a little bit before she called me. And we were on the phone talking, right? So, you know, you're just going about your day. You're not really paying too much attention to anything. You're just going. So Babe went to the store to get something. And I think the lady in the store said to her, this $20 is fake. So I'm like, what? I don't understand what she was saying. She's like, yeah, the $20 is fake. I'm like, but I'm looking at the rest of them that I got, right, guys? This was so puzzling to me and so surprising to me at the same time because, as I said, I got it from a store. It's not like I got it from a person. If it was a person, I would understand. Definitely 100%. But it wasn't. It was from a store. Huh. So, you know, it's kind of like immediately after it started kicking in, right? Because the lady kept insisting that it was fake or whatever. And Babe and I, we were on the phone talking. And she was like, where you got it from? So I was like, I got it from the store this morning. I was like, okay, sure. We're going to go back to the store. Mind you, this is like 3 in the evening. Yep, it was around like 3 in the evening. So the store was not close by to where we live. Keep that in mind. 3 in the evening. Usually we don't leave the house at 3 in the evening on any day. We're usually in and that's about it. There's no going back out after that. So took the half an hour drive to the store. The dirty ass girl that was there in the morning. Let me not be rude. The lady that was there in the morning wasn't there. So it was somebody else. The shift changed. Okay. Spoke to the person who had the shift at that time, right? And his first reaction is, first of all, it didn't happen on my shift, so there's nothing I could do about it. Initially, I thought that was wrong. I mean, there's a lot of ways to respond to things, and I don't think that was the correct way to do it. But that was his first response. My initial thing is that response was just automatically wrong. So we decide, okay, he's not even attempting to call the manager to see if there's anything that he could do about it, right? Watch the cameras, because they got cameras. It's right there over the cash register. So we decided we were going to call the cops. Now, we're in a neighborhood where the cops don't even want to come out to them. Guys, to be honest, I don't think the cops even wanted to come out to the neighborhood to begin with. Because I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. We called the cops and gave them the address, the usual. I don't know if you've ever called the cops before, however that works. We gave them the address and all of that good stuff. They're like, okay, we're going to send the first available units out. Sat there and waited for 40 minutes. Granted, we saw a cop car that drove by. It didn't come to the address that we reported it. It drove by the address. Not sure if they sent them out to the address, but I think they missed the mark on that one. They really did. And funny enough, I think they parked in the back of the building, waited for like a good 30 minutes, and then they drove off. Okay. 40 minutes went by, and we called again. They're like, so where's the address of your emergency? Gave them the address again. Here, the lady's going to say, did you call before? Yes, ma'am. Nobody came. She's like, okay. We're going to send the first available units out. So we sat there again and waited for another 30 minutes, I think it was. 30 to another 40 minutes. So I called again. And the dispatcher again asked me if I called before. And I said politely, I did politely, very politely. I said, yes, ma'am. I'm just trying to file a report here about a fake $20 bill that I got from this store. And for some strange reason, there's no available units within the vicinity. No. By me and Babe standing at the front of the building, right? We saw at least 3 or 4 cop cars drove by the time we were standing out there and called the cop like 3 times. But still, there were no available units within the region that was close by. Could y'all guys imagine that? It was an interesting day. Now, I kind of figured, I'm just going to be honest, the neighborhood that we were in, I wasn't really expecting the cops to come out there. I know the neighborhood. It's not the greatest of neighborhoods or whatever, but still, I mean, your duty is to protect and serve. It doesn't matter what the neighborhood is, and it doesn't matter what the address is of the emergency. That's technically your job. Now, we sat there and waited again for another. But during the time we were waiting, right, the guy in the store kept asking a whole bunch of questions with a smile on his face. So I'm assuming he knows what's going on. Then again, he probably worked with the girl that did it. So who knows? And then Babe went in the store to get something. I think it was like for $1 or something like that. He turned around and gave it to her for free. So then we started looking at it, right? Like, now. So he just kept asking a whole bunch of questions. So we started thinking, right? If he didn't know what was going on, had no idea it didn't happen on his shift or anything like that, his curiosity is not even in the sense of helping. It's more in the sense of, you know, she's going to get in trouble if you report it to the cops and whatever. But in the back of my, Guys, this watermelon is so sweet. Oh my god. In the back of my mind, I'm like, okay. Well, if he didn't know what was going on, his interest wouldn't be as high into saving her instead of helping us by calling his manager. So guys, he was all into protecting his coworker, which I understand. I mean, you work with this person for sure, so why wouldn't you? Right? But at the same time, don't they always say the customer's always right? I don't understand that part of it. Like, it was confusing to me at first. But either way, we waited for almost 2 hours. And then, ooh, that one got away. Waited for almost 2 hours, only for a cop to call. And granted, this cop was just getting in, per the officer. He was just clocking in. He works night shift. Don't pay that no mind. That's the oven being heated. Yeah. He works night shift. And he was just following up. He was just following up on the case to see if everything was resolved, right? So we explained to him what was going on. And he pretty much explained to us that nobody was going to come out there. That's one. He did apologize for what happened. I did it again. He did apologize for what happened, though, and said that he couldn't have done much about it. And we just had to cut our losses, and that was pretty much that. I mean, we really didn't care too much about the money, really. It was just the principle. Like, we already know the area that we're in. We're aware of it, but don't add to it. Don't make it worse. Salmon watermelon salad. Now, as you can see, all the stuff that we put in there, I'm going to share Babe a plate because she is really, really hungry and she's looking at me very bad. So, I'm going to share hers first. Let's just make this easier. Okay, and then I'm gonna have mine. The watermelon is so juicy, as you guys could have seen. Oh my goodness. Got me some French dressing just in case. God, we do want to apologize also for the lighting. We do realize that for the past couple of videos, it hasn't been the best, and we are working on it. It's kind of one of the hardest things to kind of pinpoint right now, but we're working on it, and we do apologize for it. This salad dough is really, really, really good. Now back to the story earlier. Now I'm thinking, right? If you live in a community that you know is bad, you wouldn't want to add to the problem that's going on in there. And secondly, if cops know that it's bad, y'all should actually want to do something about the problem, not just sit there and be like, oh, it's a bad neighborhood. We can't do nothing about it. Technically, that's their job, though. If I'm not mistaken, protect and serve doesn't matter what the community or what area it's in. But apparently not. No. I don't know. Things are just getting confusing to me at this point. Now it just makes me harder to trust even stores. Because you're thinking it's a store and you're not expecting that from a store. It's a business. It's a place of business. But, yeah. Guys, the salad is so good. We do have the remainder of the salmon. Really go, baby. No. Back to how we came up with this salad. I know it sounded like I was speaking French when I said we, but that was all babe. This has nothing to do with me. No, I just made it. That's all I did. I just made it. But the idea was all babe. No, I cannot share with you how she came up with it, but I can share with you how good it is. And I thought I was going to need the French dressing, so I took it out and I kept it to the side, as you guys can see, but I don't need it. The watermelon is giving it such a nice, juicy, sweet taste to it. You don't need that. Everything else, the onion, the sweet pepper, the cucumber, the carrot, everything has such a crunch to it and such a nice addition of flavor. You don't need too much, just a little bit, and it gave it that much. Now, the salmon, on the other hand, it had the jerk sauce on it, and that gave it a nice spicy. Not a lot of spice, but it was a balanced amount of spice to give it some more flavor. But yeah, I would eat this again. Yeah, I would eat this again. On the healthy version of things and on the healthy side of things, I would definitely eat this again. To be honest, it doesn't take that long to make. So as long as you have all your ingredients and everything, the only thing you're really cooking is whatever meat you're putting on it. You could choose any meat of your choice, you know, whatever you like, steak, chicken, whatever you're into. And you could just add it on top of it and make a nice season to your taste. Listen, just enjoy it. I am happy we made this. And I thank babe for coming up with it. She literally gives me anxiety when she comes up with these things. She does. Guys, this watermelon is so juicy. Oh my gosh. That's everything for me. Now, today on the menu for juice, we are having homemaker guava pineapple juice. Not sure if you guys can see that. I have my cup right here. Guys, I do want to thank you guys for joining me today. I do appreciate you guys always for watching. And if you enjoyed the cooking section of this video, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more cooking like that, also comment down below and let us know. The food was really good, really healthy, fulfilling. Thank you guys always again. And until next time, yeah, have a wonderful week, guys.